Last winter, I didn't touch my camera for 5 straight months. Not one photo. Depression didn't just slow me down, it completely erased my creativity. Well, enough is enough. This year I've decided to fight back. Wrote myself a battle plan, tested it rigorously, and I'm truly hoping it's going to be a game changer. I'm here in another beautiful fall morning at Presqu'île Provincial Park. I'm just thinking about winter. Last year I was here in November. I don't know what happened because I got some nice shots there, and after that I just kind of stopped taking photos. I got discouraged. I was in the comparison trap again, and I'm dedicated to not having that happen again this year. So I have my plan, going to try to implement it, and hopefully that works, because I don't want to struggle again through the winter and have nothing that I'm working on and just let boredom and depression sink in all winter. It's great to have an outlet during the summer when it's beautiful, but it's harder to do photography in winter, I think. I know people are doing it, lots of people are doing it, and they're showing me a thing or two about what to do. So I'm paying attention, I'm trying to learn, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully you can hear this over the waves. So I tried to find a spot that's a little quieter to record. Probably still hear the waves in the background though. Anyway, like I was saying, last winter took a toll on me mentally, and I just didn't touch my camera for 5 months. You know that feeling when your creative well just dries up? Last year, it wasn't just a trickle. It was a full-blown drought. My camera just sat unused in the bag collecting dust. Last winter just flat out deleted my creativity. Just erased it from the hard drive of my brain. And I'm betting some of you watching right now know that same gray, heavy feeling. It's a special kind of creative paralysis, isn't it? That voice in your head telling you it's too cold, too dull, too hard. I spoke in a previous video about the part that envy played in my 5-month sabbatical from photography, but the season change itself played a part. Well, enough is enough. I switched up locations a little bit, got pretty busy, and it was pretty loud. Probably not. Now a train. Awesome. So stick around to the very end, because I'm about to reveal that 3-part strategy that I'm hoping will keep me out of a deep, dark slump. And seriously, I want to see what part you decide to steal for yourself, because we're all in this together. How I fell into the void. I used to adore that first snap of cold. I mean, truly. The crisp air, the excuse for cozy scarves, the red noses, the delicate frost clinging to every fence post. It all felt like pure magic. But that adoration of winter changed over time. But I know it's still a great time of year for photography. I've seen many pictures, lots of people posting snow pictures, beautiful frost, and all sorts of different snowy mountains, snowy trails, snowy trees, active snow. There's no shortage of shots you can get in winter. It just feels kind of bland, monotone. All that white can be hard. But yeah, last year was I just didn't get out. But I know it's still a great time of year for photography, and I love seeing all the images that people share on social media. In fall, I had some genuine excitement for the season change, but then came last winter. You know that dread? That feeling of obligation that sucks the joy out of it? That's what hit me. I told myself I still had time. I had a whole backlog of photos from the summer that I could post throughout the year, and I wanted to keep sharing my art. But for some reason I was sapped. I was drained. I couldn't get outside. I told myself I'd try again next weekend, but I couldn't force myself out of the house. In February, I realized that I hadn't been out to take photos since November. The truth, the really uncomfortable truth, was that the seasonal change had hit me hard. I let it park me squarely on the couch under a blanket of convenient excuses. My passion was hibernating, and I was letting it. Fast forward to late April, and the last stubborn patches of snow were still melting. Plants were popping their heads up, and I finally found the courage to open my camera bag. The battery, of course, was completely dead. While I charged it, a painful, slow process after 5 months of neglect, I flicked through the SD card. Empty. Just a blank slate. That little rectangle of silence felt less like a empty canvas and more like a stark accusation. 5 months gone. 5 months of potential moments, of missed stories, of uncaptured beauty. That was it. That was the moment that I promised myself that I would not let it happen again. That was the moment I promised myself that I would never again hand over a half of a year, a significant chunk of my life, to hibernation. I got some dust on the lens. Is that better? I immediately started researching, polling friends who thrive in the colder months, lurking in photography forums for tips, and piecing together what I hoped would be a survival guide for the creative brain when the monochrome months hit. Then, almost ironically, summer arrived, bringing with it an abundance of easy light and warmth. And let's be honest, sunshine is a pretty potent and cheap antidepressant. So the battle plan got shelved for a bit, but now the mercury's dipping again, the days are noticeably shorter, and that familiar chill is in the air. That's why I'm publishing this playbook now, before I forget how sharp and soul-crushing that slump felt, because that memory is my fuel. So here's that 3-part battle plan, each part built specifically to address a particular pain point that winter throws at us. So here's my 3-part battle plan. The first big pain point, and I bet it is for you too, is it's too cold and miserable to go outside. That thought alone can keep you glued to the couch or bed, am I right? The solution is deceptively simple. Shrink the expedition. Seriously, shrink it down to almost nothing. My ironclad rule for this winter, 10 minutes counts. Just 10. That's shorter than waiting in line for your coffee at your favorite cafe. It's barely enough time to scroll half your social media feed. I'm planning to travel light, maybe one lens, a tripod, backup batteries. I'm going to focus on simple compositions, textures, shapes. I won't go in with any grand plans of vast landscapes or epic wildlife. It could be the intricate frost patterns on a mailbox, the delicate frozen raindrops on a spiderweb, or even the graphic, almost abstract boot prints in the snow that look like zebra stripes. A 10-minute time frame changes the stakes dramatically. I'm not chasing a portfolio shot. I'm not chasing viral fame. I'm just proving to my brain and to myself that winter still hands out incredible visuals if you're willing to look closely. When my timer on my phone dings to let me know that 10 minutes are up, I'm going to head straight inside, pop the SD card, and immediately push one image to my phone for a quick edit. Seeing a finished file, even a quick one the same morning, slams the reward button in my brain. It's instant gratification, a tiny win. String 5 of those micro outings together each week, and suddenly momentum snowballs. Before you know it, you're not dreading going out. You're actually looking forward to that 10 minutes of focused exploration. Part 2 of my battle plan, diary in mono. Winter can feel so drab, can it? Everything is gray and colorless, like the world just hit saturation 0. My solution is to stop fighting the monochrome and embrace it. I'm planning to try to get a lot more black and white shots this winter, and in December I'm going to try to post one every week. This constraint, this seemingly limiting rule, actually flips the problem into a superpower. Suddenly that flat, featureless sky becomes incredible negative space, drawing attention to a stark silhouette. A filthy puddle, usually ignored, suddenly transforms into a mesmerizing mirrored gradient, reflecting the sparse winter light. A bare birch forest, stripped of its leaves, suddenly looks like a series of elegant charcoal strokes against the white. It forces you to see form, light, and shadow in a whole new way. Bonus perk, the focused black and white processing at home, maybe a warm drink in hand, will warm your fingers faster than venturing back out into the cold. So one of the things I'm trying to do this winter is to take a lot more black and white shots. And what I'm going to do is create a separate folder on my desktop and, if I can, get one a day or a few per weekend. And I'm going to create a visual diary of that winter, or of that December. So if you want to follow along with me, start a folder on your phone or computer and drop one black and white photo in there per day. 31 days later, you'll have a visual diary, a body of work proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that the grays of winter were never truly empty. They were just waiting for you to see their depth. Part 3 of my battle plan, the indoor safety net. Let's be honest, sometimes the pain point isn't just it's cold. Sometimes it's the cold is legit dangerous. We're talking minus 25 degrees Celsius, wind chill warnings, roads covered in ice, conditions where going outside is just plain foolish. On those days, you need an indoor safety net, a creative fallback that doesn't feel like a compromise. My solution? Build a list of go-to, winter-specific indoor subjects. Here are my top 3, tried and tested. Number 1. Frost patterns on windows. This is a classic for a reason. The light shining through the ice crystals makes them glow. Shoot at a wide aperture like an f2.8 or wider. That will give paper a thin depth of field that gives the patterns almost an abstract feel, like delicate lace. 2. More balcony shots. I spoke in an earlier video about how shooting off the balcony really saved me and helped me overcome some creative drought. I'm hoping some rolling clouds, windy snowstorms, and a blanket of white will help keep me going. 3. More abstract shots and double exposures. I don't need to be outside to create art. Sometimes just trying new things can keep the creative juices flowing. I also plan to research some new techniques that I can practice over the winter that'll help me in spring. Who knows, maybe this knowledge will help me get a great shot in the future. So I'll check the weather apps for the nastiest, most uninviting days, and I'll pencil them in for an indoor shoot. That way when the storm arrives, I'm not blindsided and left scrambling for an idea. I'm booked solid with a creative appointment that I can actually look forward to. It transforms a day of forced indoor confinement into a day of intentional creative exploration. This next section is about gear tweaks that remove excuses. None of this battle plan works if my fingers snap off halfway through a shot, right? Or if your camera dies unexpectedly. So a few cheap gear tweaks are essential. My upgrade list is blessedly simple and won't break the bank. 2 pairs of gloves. This is non-negotiable. I wear a thin pair of gloves inside a pair of convertible mittens. The thin gloves keep my fingers warm enough for quick adjustments. I can flip the mitten cap open, operate the dials with my thumb and index finger, and then flip it back. It means I never have barrack skin exposed for long. A hand warmer pouch. From the dollar store, honestly. I can tuck one of those air-activated chemical hand warmers inside my mittens and keep my hands warm while I'm outside. Keep spare batteries close to the chest. This one is crucial. Cold batteries drain fast, and my camera already goes through batteries quickly. I have 2 spares that I keep with me at all times. Keeping spares in an inner chest pocket close to my body keeps them warm and keeps them charged, ready to go when I need them. A freezer Ziploc bag. This little hero waits by the door. As soon as I step inside from the cold, the camera goes straight in the sealed bag. This prevents condensation from forming on or inside the camera or lens as it gradually warms up to room temperature. No condensation, no fogged lens, no potential moisture damage. It's a simple preventative measure that saves so much worry. That's it. No rocket science, no 4-figure gadgets, no exotic materials. Just simple, practical friction removed from the process. I'm hoping these small changes make a difference in comfort and confidence and turn an unpleasant chore into a manageable adventure. Having a plan for how to deal with winter should definitely make a difference this year. I can tell you for certain, my camera won't be going untouched for another 5 months. Alright, your turn. Drop a comment below with the very first micro outing you'll try. Remember, 10 minutes, 1 texture, go. I'll be down there hearting every single one, because accountability, even in these small ways, is what helps keep the creative flame alive. Now, for a quick safety note. Winter can absolutely kill creativity, as I've witnessed. But it can also quite literally kill you. So this isn't just about getting the shot, it's about staying safe. If the wind chill drops below minus 30 degrees Celsius, or if conditions are genuinely treacherous, swap that outdoor rule for an indoor session, 0 guilt. Always pack snacks, even for short trips. Tell someone where you're walking and when you expect to be back. And this is a big one. Don't chase a shot farther than you'd walk without one. The epic vista isn't worth frostbite or a twisted ankle. Be smart, be prepared, and listen to your body. No photo is worth risking your well-being. While you're down there, why don't you do me a solid and smash the like button if that frost on windows idea just saved your February. And if you want more blunt honesty about creative slumps and practical, actionable advice to bulldoze your way through them, then hit subscribe. Let's keep this conversation going. Last winter stole 5 months from me. 5 months of artistic expression and joy. This winter, I've got a plan to make sure that doesn't happen, and it's not because I suddenly moved to the Alps or bought some magical new gear. It's because I consciously shrank the expedition, embraced the monochrome world, and booked indoor backups like non-negotiable appointments. So don't let your creativity die with the change of the season. The weather can throw whatever tantrum it wants. You've got your gloves, your warm batteries, and that empowering 10-minute timer. Next frost warning, you'll find me capturing the crystalline details of dog prints in the snow. If I can claw back those lost months, that lost joy, then you absolutely can too. Now go freeze a frame, not your fingers.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
It's chilly out, 10 degrees Celsius out. So I'm gonna venture around this park and try to capture a few fall colors before they're gone.